Mm, okay, sounds good. When was his birthday? Was last week? I missed that.
Yeah, I think it was last week. I know I
Mm,
was at his house Saturday. I don't know if that
yeah.
was his exact birthday, but
How's
Okay.
Maddie doing?
oh, she was good. Yeah, she was there. Yeah,
Okay. Sounds good.
yeah, she stayed inside with the girls. So Lisa was there also, and Donald and Daisy Clark,
Mm.
a bunch of other people. What was
And
it?
it was a Bidwest game, huh? You all
Oh yeah,
scared to
yeah.
invite
They
me?
played a mean game. I mean, they were bidding 5 and 6s. Top
Leroy, they
Mm.
were
that was a
scared
good
to
game
invite us,
there.
Leroy.
They were scared. Yeah, they were
They were
scared.
scared. They didn't invite
They
me
were
and you.
scared.
I would have bring my
Oh
favorite
man.
deck. I would have donated a
Yeah.
deck to the game.
Oh, okay.
Nice. Good.
Oh,
Next
you
time.
look like the type of person who have signals, Leroy.
Me?
Brother
No,
Gaston.
I fall asleep most of the time. I can't be doing signals. I don't know.
No, I'm talking about Brother Gaston.
Oh, Gaston. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Just because I hear an itch
Well,
on
we got
my
the same
ear
name,
at a
Leroy.
certain time, man, when we get
Huh?
itch, you got to scratch. If I got to scratch my nose, I'm doing
Yeah,
it's itchy.
yeah.
If I have to pull my
Rub your
ear,
eyebrows.
I'm
Yeah,
hearing
I know.
something.
Preston, you got 110 people. When you gonna start?
No,
There's a countdown clock. Give me 1
Oh, you were
second.
waiting. Oh, I see that. Oh, you were waiting because we got some more elected officials coming on. You said, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna come at different times. But I'm just
Okay.
trying.
Oh, I see. I see the countdown clock.
Here we go.
All right,
1
everybody.
minute.
Started in 1 minute. Leroy, gonna
Yes,
pray us
sir.
in. No, I'm talking Professor Gatson.
Mm.
I'm pray us in. And everybody got the script, but we will call on everybody.
Amen.
After-
Boy, you know
Like,
what? You don't realize how you're sagging until you get on one of these calls.
And you go just pushing it up.
I need a little Botox right here.
No, stop, Pam.
Oh,
Right here.
Stop.
No, you look like Pam.
You look good.
Yeah.
I'm afraid to
Little
compliment
Botox.
you. I agree with what they said. I'm afraid to compliment with this Me Too movement, but I agree with what the guys said.
Man, you need no Botox. Wake up and then all that stuff just gets worse and you get more dependent.
Yeah.
True.
We're
Oh,
on.
he's got the music and everything. Look at this.
On you, Professor.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Leroy Jackson, and the exec board of the Gaillard Brewer Democratic Club. Welcome to our event tonight. And let us say a word of prayer, because we like to put God first in everything that we do. Let us pray. Heavenly Father, again we come, oh God. Lord, your children come calling on your holy and righteous name. Lord, tonight we gather for a purpose, and we invite you to our midst, oh God. Lord, we have a job to do, but we don't want to run this race in vain, and we don't want to run it alone. We pray, oh God, you be with us, guide us and direct us, oh God. And if we get tired, you would give us strength, Lord. If we get weak, you would pick us up. And if we happen to get confused and frustrated, you would touch us with a bit of knowledge. Touch everybody that gathered, everybody who has a mindset on doing what's right for this nation, for our people, Lord. We ask you to touch whatever our needs might be. We ask you to be the supply of our needs as we run this race. And then, oh God, we know this could be a dangerous and nasty race. We ask for your protection as we go. And we thank you, God, for this Gaillard Brewer Democratic Club and its leadership. We ask your continued blessing and praise upon us. Your name we ask in the precious name of Jesus, we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Good evening,
Amen.
everyone that's here. Tonight we have our leadership of the Gaillard Brewer Democratic Club. We have the Honorable Pamela Bluford. I'm sorry, Ms. Bluford. We
It's
have
okay.
Preston Baker and our president, Dr. Gene Phelps, and the one and only our executive secretary, Mr. Manny Kaufman, who's no stranger to hard work. And we're joined on the panel by our Senator Leroy Comrie, who's been on the journey for decades and still working hard for the people of this nation, of this great nation. As we go forward, other elected officials will be joining us. We welcome them. As we move forward, people, we have a job to do. Let me say this to anyone from Gaillard Brewer, whoever cared to petition with, Schumer's name on it, Chuck Schumer's name on it. If you ever carried a petition with the Honorable Greg Meek's name on it, you're in this fight. This is what election and the power of the vote turns out to be. And why I say that? Because you helped elected officials that was not afraid to stand up for America and do the right thing in D.C. And that's what these elected officials have done and got to the point we have a candidate like Kamala Harris who get ready to lead our nation to greater and higher heights. Didn't happen overnight. So when we talk to people about the power of voting, make sure everyone understand this what happens when you vote the right way and when you vote your interests and when you attend the Gaia Brewer Democratic Club and you carry a petition that we give you to carry, we vet candidates. This is what happens. We're about to embark on a journey. For any of those who ever pledge allegiance to the flag, for any of those who ever sing, oh, say, can you see by the dawn early light? For any of you who ever said that I want to sing my country 'tis of thee. Well, at this point in time, we are embarking on a journey just not to vote for Kamala Harris, but a journey to save America we know as a great democratic nation. That's what we are embarking on. And we need everyone up on the battlefield. We cannot take this moment for granted because America, the very soul and fabric of America is at stake in this election. And we look at Ms. Harris and the great things she's done and look at her resume, it does not compare to what I call the other fella. Who's the other fella? You can call him Donald Trump. But keep in mind, this person is posed to lead a nation. If you look at him, here's a person who spent his entire life lying, stealing, and cheating. And when he wasn't lying, he was stealing. And when he wasn't stealing, he was cheating. And sometimes he did them all together at the same time. But if we not be careful, this the person will be leading our nation. Here's a person, the other fellow on the ballot, who's standing forth to say, look, I want to lead America. Yes, still he treat women as second-class subjects, talking about their body parts. He put people in place that tell them women what they can do with their body. This the person posed to lead America unless we step forth and do something about it, and we have the power in our hand. Keep in mind, we're on the verge of destruction, not from an outside foreign entity, not from somebody invading our country and capturing us in war. We're on the verge of destruction by a person, the other fellow on the ballot by the name of Donald Trump. Here's a person that will instill judges across the nation that's going, turning back the hands of time on civil rights, liberty, and justice. Every judge he has appointed has turned his back on us. Here is a person that's standing here that have stolen money from college students, stolen money from hardworking taxpayers, and then tried to steal the American presidency, but yet still have the gall to say, I'm qualified to lead America. We have to stand and say, oh, you're not fit to lead this great country of ours. We have this opportunity to do this, and we have to be behind Kamala Harris to make sure this person does not steal this presidency again. Here and beyond of everything that we can never forget, a person that's a convicted felon lied about adultery, the very act of adultery, lied about it, then lied about trying to bribe people about it and take pride in the lies. No shame. The moral fabric of America is at stake. And most so importantly of all, here's a person who turned their back on America. Talking about being patriotic, when many of our people, you know, some of our neighbors and our family went off to war to fight for America and never to return. This is the person that ducked and dodged the draft and did not step foot. Some people in this club fought for this country while this so-called patriotic American stayed home and used his clout to avoid going to fight for America. That's not patriotic. This very same person, the other fellow on the ballot, is the one on January the 6th, he turned his back on the country. If nothing else matters, everybody, if you call yourself an American citizen and you love America, should be concerned that a person that would turn their back on America, it's called treason back in grade school, where now some say, I want to lead America. If you turn your back on America and treason, where innocent people are killed, you are unfit to be a dog catcher in America. Yes, there's this person on the verge of leading America again. America's on the verge of destruction. We can and will do something about it. And tonight, the Gaia Brewer Democratic Club has joined the line to say we will not be silent. We need you to tell everybody out there, if you stay home, you're complicit in this effort to destroy America. At this point in time, I want to bring on none other than a great leader in her own right, our president, our leader, none other than the Dr. Jean Phelps.
Thank you, Dr. Leroy Gatson. You summed it up pretty well. You have definitely summed it up pretty well. If those people on this webinar right now have not been inspired before, I know that you inspire them right now. Yeah, we are definitely fired up and ready to go. I know that for a fact. The excitement out here in the community and all around, not just this country, but around the world, about the changing of the leadership, about putting this qualified, as you said, qualified Black woman in a seat. That is the most powerful seat in the world, not just these United States. The presidency of this country is the most powerful seat in the world. And we do know that Kamala Harris is qualified. She is experienced. She has all of the things necessary to make her a good president. She's just not coming out of anywhere off a TV screen and saying, let me run this country. No, she has served and she was elected to serve to be the district attorney in California, the attorney general. She has served the United States Senate. She has served as the vice president of the United States, and still she rises and will rise to be the 47th president of these United States. That's as long as we all get out and do our part. I'm not going to be long because you're going to hear from the experts in a minute to talk about what her qualifications are, what we need to do as the Guy R. Brewer United Democratic Club, because we know we can turn up and we can turn out, and I know that we will. This is going to be, and as I hear my congressman say all the time, the most important election of our lifetime. And as we move on, the next one becomes the most important. So right now, we are living in a time when this clearly is that time and the most important election of our lifetime. So make sure not only do you get out and vote, you bring your family out and vote. There's a lot that's going to be done in the Guy R. Brewer Democratic Club. Listen up, listen out, because you will be getting a lot of notices about meetings, about rallies, about all of the things that we're going to do right here at the Guy R. Brewer Democratic Club. And we're going to need your help and your assistance to make Kamala Harris the 47th president. Don't it sound good, y'all? Of these
great.
United States.
All right.
So now I'm going to turn it back over to Preston so he can give it to the next person.
Man, it's on you.
Oh,
Welcome,
good evening, everyone. I'd like to recognize all the veterans, my fellow veterans that are watching this program tonight. In speaking to a veteran, I'll call his name Steve Epps. I hope he's on this webinar. But Steve was telling me of a plan he has for the veterans and other people to promote Vice President Harris. If everyone, he called it 10-10 for Kamala. If everyone can call 10 people, and those 10 people call enough additional 10 people, it wouldn't take you no more than 30 minutes to make these calls. It'll be like a Harris Ponzi with, just getting the vote out. I know there are other people that has more important things to say. I see our congressman is in the wings over there, but I'll turn it back over to our leaders, Preston and Pamela. Preston?
Sorry, we have a special guest. We're gonna have to sideline a little bit because Councilmember Brooks has joined us and she's out at an event right now at a thing and she was gonna come and talk a little later about the Project 25. So since she has to run, I just wanted to bring on real quick to let her just talk about a little bit. I know she's on the line. I'm just trying to make sure I got her up here and talk. Oh, there she goes. There you go, council member. I'm sorry, Congressman and Senator.
Hi, everyone. So I am, as Preston said, out, and I will be very brief, but I am so glad.
Breaking up a little bit. You breaking up. Council member, we can no longer hear you.
And she's got a bad connection. And I'll try to dial back in from another location later. We're not getting anything. No,
Yeah,
she's frozen.
disconnected. Okay.
Is
Before
our
we
congressman on? Because I would defer to the congressman if he's actually linked
Yes.
in, because I know he's running around the entire nation trying to make this happen.
Oh, there he goes. There he goes.
There he is.
Okay.
There he is. Come
Congressman
on,
Lee.
Congressman. Bring it. Bring it.
First, let me thank the Guy Brewer Democratic Club and our leaders, Pamela Bluford and Preston Baker, Manny Kaufman, Gene Phelps, great prayer by Brother Gadsden, and our distinguished state senator, leader in Albany, Leroy Comrie. And I saw that we had our city council member, and I know others that will be on shortly. It's indeed their vision to make sure that the Guy Brewer Club in Southeastern Queens leads the way again. We were here in 2008, and it was at the Guy Brewer Club that we got together, we assembled, we went all over America, either by phone calls or by bus, to make sure that we elected the first African American to be president of the United States of America. Now, when he came in, we were reeling from the worst financial crisis in the history of our country since the Great Depression. And what he did in a time of great need was turn the country around. He fixed the economy, and for the first time, he was able to make sure that all Americans had access to affordable health care. Monumentous. People were laughing at the time, saying they didn't want the Affordable Care Act, better known as Obamacare. But it was the lead of the Democratic Club of the Guy Brewer Democratic Club, united, together, leading all of Queens forward. And sure enough, we had that great day. Let me thank first President Joe Biden, who had one of the most fantastic 4 years as a president of the United States. He accomplished in one term what many presidents could not accomplish in two. When you think about when he came in, as it was with Obama, and it seems each time when you have someone that's from the Republican Party and they leave, the Democrat inherits a lot of problems. And so when Joe Biden came in, we were in the greatest, Obama had the greatest economic crises. We were in the middle of the greatest health crises with COVID, the greatest pandemic that this country had seen in over 100 years. And Joe Biden brought us out of that crisis. Remember, it was the other guy, as Brother Gadsden's called him. It was the other guy that talked about you should drink Clorox to get rid of COVID. It's the other guy who allowed even his own people to just die. And every day, folks were dying. Joe Biden came in, he made sure, and I don't think that those checks that individuals received during COVID to help make out, that didn't come from Donald Trump. That came from Joe Biden. That came from Democrats in a Democratic House. It made a difference. Joe Biden had the bipartisan infrastructure bill, of which is helping right now, that money open the roads on the Van Wyck Expressway. That's bipartisan infrastructure money led by Joe Biden. Brought in more money for HBCUs. Joe Biden reduced the unemployment rate for African Americans. Joe Biden put in the first African-American woman on the Supreme Court of the United States of America. Joe Biden put in the IRA bill, which reduces the inflation bill, and the inflation that we have. Inflation is now down lower than it was before he came into office and during the Trump times. So let me say this. Joe Biden also made a commitment that he lived up to by making sure that he had a Black woman become the first vice president of the United States of America. And so, Gene, you're right. I always say that this is the most important election of our lifetime, because it is. But I want to add one other thing. It is the most consequential election of our lifetime. The consequences of winning this election is the most serious than ever. Because of all the things that Brother Gadsden talked about, we know who that other guy is. Not only do we know who he is, the Republicans know who he is. Lindsey Graham called him a con man. Ted Cruz said he was a liar. Marco Rubio said he was dirty and untrustworthy. Even his own now candidate running for vice president said he was America's Hitler. They all know who he is. Nikki Haley said he was unfit. Think about all of the members that was of his campaign, of his cabinet previously, that didn't even show up to the Republican convention. Not even his former vice president will endorse him. They know who he is. But that's not enough. We know who Kamala Harris is. We know that she has spent the past 4 years as a governing partner to the most experienced president in American history. We know she has helped pass and implement historic legislation and strengthen America's national security through her travels to more than, this is important to me, as the former chair and soon to be chair again of the Foreign Affairs Committee. She's traveled to more than 20 countries and meetings with over 150 world leaders. And when she's elected president, and yeah, I said when she's elected president, she would enter that office with more significant national security experience than any of the 4 presidents prior to President Biden. Her record as a vice president builds on a distinguished career as a district attorney, attorney general, and United States senator from the nation's largest state. So no one is better prepared than the vice president to prosecute the case against the con, Donald Trump. She's the party's, and she has been and continues to be, the party's leading messenger on reproductive freedom, and would ensure that Trump's role in overturning Roe v. Wade is front and center in this election. Her work as a prosecutor makes her the ultimate contrast to Trump, the convicted felon. She represents the next generation of the Democratic Party and can make the issue of age and fitness a liability for Donald Trump, who is now the old man candidate. You know, Vice President Harris has already generated strong support for advocates and from advocates, including for dealing with reproductive rights, democracy, young voters, LGBTQ rights, and unions. She's already there. And even before she's got a chance, just less than 6 days, she's raised over $200 million, thanks to many of you in this room, and will raise more. And you see the difference in the polls. The polls have shifted already, and she hasn't really gotten started yet. And you haven't really gotten started. Wait till Guy Brewer kicks in and really gets started about this. Wait till this country that's now enthused kicks in. We were behind, but we're running fast. And we're about to catch up. And when we catch up, will be able to stand strong and look, because we have created history again. We're going to do double history here as I close. Here's double history. After November's election, for the first time, we will have elected, because you are going to help by going over to Congressional District number 4, our next door neighbor. You're going to go over there and help us elect Laura Gillen to be the next Congress member from New York. We did it already in Congressional District 3 with Tom Swassey. And then we're going to go upstate to Mid-Hudson, and we're going to win District 7. And then we're going to move to District 17, District 19, District 22. And by doing that, the Congressional Black Caucus, Benny Thompson will be the chair of the Homeland Security Committee. David Scott will be chair of the Agriculture Committee. Bobby Scott will be chair of the Education and Labor. Maxine Waters will be chair of the Financial Services Committee. Yours truly will be chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. And for the first time in American history, my little brother from Brooklyn will become the first African-American Speaker of the United States House of Representatives. Now look at that team. Hakeem Jeffries on one side, and the first woman, the first African-American woman, will no longer be vice president. She will be the commander-in-chief of the United States of America and lead the global world to better prosperity, making Dr. King's dream of judging a person not by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. His dream will be reality thanks to the work that you're going to do. Let's get together, Guy R. Brewer. Let's hit the streets. Let's get on the phones. We'll be buses going to Pennsylvania. We've got 8 states to get into, and together and collectively, we will be able to rejoice. I'm going to be inviting everybody on January 20th to come to Washington, D.C. to watch this woman raise her right hand, put her left hand on the Bible, and is sworn in as the 47th president of these United States of America. I'm with you. Let's do this. Guy R. Brewer United Democratic Club, Southeastern Queens and Queens. We will do this together. Let's go. Let's march on.
One Queens. We together. We together. Thank you, Congressman. I first of all want to say Congressman is also our county leader. For those who do not know, he's the chairman of our county, and you're doing an amazing job. We stand behind you, and we're glad you're leading us through this, and we're going to be out there in CD3 and CD4. We'll help as much as we can and try to get everybody involved from Southeast Queens to wherever we can reach. We, you know, some people ask me, can they make calls if they live in a different state? I say, as long as your phone works, you can make a call. So we are grateful for you, and we just want to thank you, and especially on your leadership. You know, since you've come in as county leader, you've diversified the bench. You've made so many changes that everybody that's really captivated Queens is really bringing us together, and we appreciate you bringing us in as one Queens. So we love the message, and we're going to continue fighting with you. Now,
Congressman, there is no stopping us now. Ain't
no stopping us now. Actually, before we move on, I got a video to show you from everybody. I want you to check out this video. Can they see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. Might want to turn your mic off.
Check this out.
We can't hear it.
You can't hear the video?
No.
Oh, give me 1 second. I think I know why. Stop the share screen. Got too many panels open over here.
You say you have to share this sound.
Yeah, I missed it.
And check this out, the enthusiasm gap that Democrats have worried about, at least for now, entirely erased. Democrats enthusiastic about Kamala Harris's candidacy, just like Republicans are for Trump. And this is a striking number. 49% of independents say they are enthusiastic about Kamala Harris. Compare that number to Trump's, and you see how this race has been turned on its head, Robin.
All right, Rick Arthur.
Sorry, Donald. Even we almost feel bad for you.
What the hell happened? What happened?
I mean, a little. You like to think you're a smart guy.
They say a wall is medieval. Well, so is a wheel.
But lately, you've been taking some really bad advice.
To be the next vice president.
Lasavita and Wiles promised you Biden would never drop out.
The last time I checked, it's Biden-Harris.
They bragged about it to Tim Alberta. Even took a victory lap. They told you this election was locked up. That you couldn't lose.
What happened?
Maybe they're not smart.
We worry about that.
And JD? They told you to pick him?
I'm a never Trump guy. I never liked him.
Have you figured it out yet? He's like DeSantis, only less charismatic.
Are you blind?
I had a Diet Mountain Dew yesterday. It's good.
Weird, awkward, creepy, terrible on TV.
I love you guys.
He's going to cost you votes and embarrass you. They assured you he was great.
Fundamentally divisive, arrogant. Do you hate Mexicans?
Lasavita controls all the RNC money. You think Lara really knows what he's up to?
One of the worst things that ever happened to Germany.
You know what you'd do if someone trusted you with that much cash. We're not asking you to fire them, Donald. It's not your decision anymore. In fact,
There are things that you can't control.
In this election, we each face a question. What kind of country do we want to live in? There are some people who think we should be a country of chaos, of fear, of hate. But us, we choose something different. We choose freedom.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too.
The freedom not just to get by, but get ahead. The freedom to be safe from gun violence. The freedom to make decisions about your own body. We choose a future where no child lives in poverty, where we can all afford health care, where no one is above the law. We believe in the promise of America, and we're ready to fight for it. Because when we fight, we win. So join us. Go to KamalaHarris.com and let's get to work.
I'ma keep on running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
Thank you,
How we
Preston.
feeling? How we
Thank you,
feeling?
Preston. Are you ready for the quiz, everybody? We have a little quiz for you. Let's see how much you can answer about our next president, Kamala Harris. Hit it, Preston.
Okay, the quiz is up. It's running. Senator Leroy Comrie, come to the stage. Talk about it. Tell us how you feel about this presidency and our the opportunity we have to have this president and possibly Hakeem Speaker. Well, Hakeem Jeffries the minority leader will be the speaker after this election. We are open.
Well, we got to make sure that, as the congressman said, we have races in upstate New York and Long Island. Laura Gillen in District 4. That is a district that has a lot of minorities in it, in Hampstead and other parts of the Long Island. We need to make sure that our friends out there are voting in real numbers. We need to make sure that we do work to get upstate folks. We also have a state Senate seat. Kevin Thomas's former seat in Long Island is going to be a contentious seat. Jack Martin's seat, who's a Republican, there's a candidate running. They say that has a better than fair chance of winning. But we need to get our folk out to vote. I'm excited. I need to back up and really acknowledge, President Biden. It takes a strong man to want to do what he did. It takes a real leader and a real patriot to do what he did. It takes a person of true conviction and care and love for this country to do what he did. You guys remember at the barbecue, I said I would vote for Biden if he was in a wheelchair because of what he has done for this country. What he has done. The congressman listed some of it, but reducing student loans, reducing medical prescription costs. He's really made some major, important lifetime changes for this country in his 3.5 years of being president. And he would have been able to do more if people weren't hung up on the fact that he has gotten older. But we're in a Cardassian world, and we have to deal with that. We have to deal with the fact that people want our president to be vigorous and active, but we have to give credit to him for what he has done. He's turned over the reins of the presidency to a person that is impeccable in her credentials, that has been well trained, sitting at his side, and can lead this country. But we need to make sure that we are doing what we did for Obama in 2008, taking everybody, their family, their friends, their neighbors, their friends, people you don't like, making sure they go out and vote in November, making sure they get registered, making sure that our friends in Long Island and upstate are registered and voting, making sure that our friends that move to Pennsylvania and Ohio and Virginia and Florida, get off their butts and go vote. And we can do this. If we can do this as the Guy Brewer Democratic Club, and we can do this through phone banking, we can do this by emailing, we can do this by those of us that can travel, go to these states and make sure that these folks are registered and not taking any shorts, working with our professionals who have experience, our minority professionals, and making sure that they get an opportunity to put people in these states, the people that know how to turn out votes, know how to talk to people, Black professionals who can bring the vote out. It's important. This is, as Congressman says, the most critical election because we know what the stakes are. Those of you that have seen the 2025 agenda by the Republican Party, those of you that heard even what's been promulgated over the media the past couple of days, where the ex-president said that if you vote for him this year, you never have to vote again. And he doubled down on that. He's clearly running for spite. He's running to be able to be in a position to punish people. He's running to be divisive in this country. He's running to create more separation and to take this country back to 1919, where there was no minorities with any value in this country. He's clearly running to be divisive. So we gotta understand that. We have to, talk about that. We have to promote that. And we have to do everything we can to convince anybody and everybody that Kamala Harris is the presidential timber. We need to make sure that we get her elected and Democrats elected all across this country, because we need to have a country for the people and by the people, not just for some people. This president, former president, only wants the country for his people that think like him. He's been clear, and he's been so focused on that everybody should get it. So as was said earlier, all of his past people that were closest to him don't want anything to do with him. His wife don't even want to do anything to do with him. It's only because he's, in a position of power that she's still around. But if he was regular Joe Smo, he would have dumped him like a hot potato a long time ago. So we got to be, ready and able and willing to pound those streets, to go to those neighborhoods, to make sure folks are registered, to make sure that folks are phone banking where they can, emailing where they can, traveling to these states where they can, because this is something that is going to impact us for the rest of our lives. And, I'm all in. I'm proud of President Biden. I'm very proud of what he's done. I'm ready to go to wherever I can to spread this message, and also to make sure that we are electing Democrats up and down the board in and around this country. It's time to take this country. They're worried about our power as a collective body. They know that the the demographics of the country are changing, and it's time for us to take what is truly ours, and that's our power in the polls, our power in the White House, our power across this country by getting out to vote. Thank you all for putting this event together. This is a powerful event. I know that soon you'll be getting specific direction from the Guy Brewer Club and Preston and Pam and Manny and Leroy and Dr. Phelps on how to make these things happen. Trust me, trust and believe that there will be opportunities for you directly to be involved. And you can be involved in a powerful way individually. Tell your church friends, tell your Midwest friends, tell your friends of friends, tell the people that you talk to every day. Make sure that they're registered. Make sure that their friends are registered. Make sure that people are talking about this in a major way, because we can't get turned back now. Our mountain is high, but it's easily achieved through many people making steps together. So thank you all, Guy Brewer, for your consistency and effort. Thank you for putting this meeting together, and I look forward to working with you as we are marching to DC on January 20th to see VP Harris become the first female president of the United States. Thank you all.
Thank you, Senator. Thank you. I'm indeed fired up and excited to be a district leader along with my co-leader, Preston Baker, and the fabulous Guy R. Brewer Democratic Club. We're going to make sure that we shore up, congregate, and rally behind Vice President Kamala Harris for the 47th President of the United States. In the words of Ruth Bader Ginsburg, women belong in places where decisions are being made. It shouldn't be that women are the exception. We are going to fight with all our might to make it happen for our Vice President, Kamala Harris. And I don't know if you guys know, but Press and I are going to the DNC. We are so excited. We'll come back with great news, and we hope that Kamala Harris is our next 47th president. Also, we need to flip those congressional seats. Hakeem Jeffries can be our majority speaker. So we need to flip the Congressional District 4 for Lauren Gillen and Tom Swazi, which Guy R. Brewer played an integral role in helping him get that election, secure that election. Thank you guys for coming on. We look forward to communicating with you and you rallying with us and getting the vote out.
All right. We also going to have some guests from these other campaigns that are going to come on and speak. But I did want to say a few words first. Thank you all for joining us tonight. You know, I know you could be anywhere else on a summer night, but you joined us. Thank our leadership team, Dr. Phelps, our Executive Secretary Manny, co-leader Pamela Bluford, and our board members that are on the line. The Guy Brewer board, we are married. We are married. You know, we are all together. But this election, as everyone has said, is so important. Is very important. But it's the messaging that I have been having a challenge with. And I was talking to Dr. Phelps earlier about this. I talked to Pam about this, and you know, I don't like how they're coming at Kamala about her intelligence. This is an intelligent woman. She's not a DEI hire. She was elected as a prosecutor. She was elected as attorney general. She was elected as a U.S. senator, and she was elected as a vice president. And now she will be elected as a president. So she has a history, and she has been building her history, and she has some great track record to prove that. So we have to get to work. And not only do we have to get to work on the presidential side, we have to get on this phone banking. If you see, we put in the link in the chat. That is so important. We need volunteers. We're going to need you. You know, it's good to get on this call, but it's the action that follows this call. That's what we need. We're going to need to make phone calls. We're going to need some people to drop off lawn signs. We're going to need some people to do text blasting, and if you can do some doors, you can do some doors. But whatever you can do, we need it right now. We need to start doing it now, because these elections are only days away. This is 100 days. This time goes fast. As you all know, the summer felt like it just started. We're already in August tomorrow, or actually 2 days from now, right? So it's going to go fast, but if we get everyone involved, you know, whatever time you can give, it will make a difference, because we will be calling. This may not be the battleground area. You know, Southeast Queens is going to vote the way we're going to vote, but we can affect those battleground areas, and we can follow our leader, our congressman, our chairman, our county leader, who says they will get us the buses to go out of town and go to some of these areas. But if you can't do that, we look forward to opening up the club and making some calls and just reaching out to CD4 and CD3 and just making sure that that ballot goes down the line, and we also win the House for Hakeem Jeffries so he can become the speaker. This is historic. This is historic. So we gotta be a part of this. There is a gentleman on the line. I don't know, Kyle. Are you here right now, Kyle? We have Kyle Pilati. He is from the team of Tom Swazi. He's going to tell us a little about what's going on in that campaign and how we can help out. And then we're going to have from CD4, we're going to have some speakers as well. So I'm going to step back and let you talk to what you have. And I think you have a PowerPoint presentation. We're going to, but I think you should be able to share screen.
I'm going to share my screen now. Hopefully we could see it. It's not going to be too long. Don't want to take up too much of your time here. Pretty sure everyone can see this, right? All right. So yeah, can everyone see the presentation?
Yep.
All right, amazing.
I can see it. I can see it.
No, I only see it went back to Zoom.
I see it.
You might have to move this
battleground of control.
I see the slide with Tom Swazi and helping out with CD03.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what problems are going on, but I mean, honestly, the slides are just there to kind of keep your attention. I'll be saying all the most of the important information, so it'll be all right. But thanks, Preston, for letting me speak, and thank you to the senator and the congressman for your both your inspiring words. But yeah, we have to elect Kamala Harris as our first woman, and specifically Black woman president. But in order for her to implement her agenda and get Hakeem Jeffries elected as Speaker of the House, we need Democrats to take back the House. And it starts right here in our neighboring congressional district, the 3rd Congressional District of New York. We like to call it the battleground for the control of the House. So first, I want to thank you all so much. The Guy Brewer Club was instrumental in Swazi's victory in February. You all made so many calls, knocked so many doors for us. We really flipped, a seat that's been held by a Republican, he who shall not be named, aka George Santos. And Long Island has been heavy Republican for a while, so we really flipped that seat. And we're really going to send a message, if we could keep that seat blue, that Democrats have what it takes to win elections and deliver change, much needed change for the people. Thank you all so much for the work that you did during the special. So in total, yeah, we knocked 150,000 doors, sent out a whole bunch of texts, made over 2 million calls. And something I want to bring everyone's attention to is the IDs that we made. So like we identified 50,000 people who said that they were going to vote for Tom Swazi, and he wound up getting close to 90,000 votes. So half of the people that voted for Tom were people that we spoke to. So they voted for him as a result of us going to them, talking to them, hearing what they had to say, their issues that they cared about. So direct voter contact, knocking on doors, getting out there, hitting the pavement, making phone calls works. We saw it in February, and we're going to see it again in November. So this is our district here in the 3rd. We got Northeast Queens, and we have pretty much all of Northern Nassau, all the way out into Huntington. So the parts in Queens that you all would go if you help out would probably be Bayside, Queens Village, some Auburndale, Flushing, those areas. We got some areas on Long Island that are also in need of help, but specifically in Queens, those are some neighborhoods that you'll be hitting. So that little sliver right there. So yeah, all roads to House majority, they run through CD3. We need what's known as direct voter contact. We have to speak directly to the voters, let them know why we're voting, and as such, let them know that they're not alone. There are so many hopeless Democrats out there, as we saw recently, and hopeless Democrats don't vote. But when you speak to them, you can restore hope, and you can get them to the polls. You know, so many Democrats live on blocks where they're seeing people, you know, fly Trump flags. They've been living in neighborhoods that have unfortunately been represented by Republicans, even though everyone else around them are Democrats, and they're so confused and hopeless. They don't know what's going on. But what's needed to restore hope is to speak to them, and that's what we're going to do. Specifically, we're going to canvass. We're going to knock doors. It's the best way to do it. A lot of research has shown that's the best way to turn people out to vote. So this is our canvassing schedule for the rest of the summer. So Tuesday through Thursday, we're going to do 2 to 5 and 5 to 8. That's during the weekdays. And then the weekends, those are our bigger canvases. We have 3 shifts, 10 to 1 in the morning. Then we have our 12 to 3 in the early afternoon. And then we have our 2 to 5 in the late afternoon. We are completely off on Monday, just because we need a break every once in a while too. So, but closer to the election, we will be actually running 7 days a week. This is just for the summer. So if you guys want to, you all want to take some notes on the schedule, go ahead. I also will be dropping in the chat the sign up link, so it'll all be provided for you. So start thinking about that. Our canvassing location is going to be located right here in the Bay Terrace Shopping Center, 210-27 26th Avenue. Put a picture of the AMC movie theater, because if you get lost, it's on that side of the shopping center. If you see that AMC movie theater, it means that you're walking in the right direction. So I'll be here, and I'll be happy to see you all helping out in CD3, making sure we reelect Tom Suozzi, and then make sure Hakeem Jeffries is the Speaker of the U.S. House.
We're gonna make this happen. I will say, for people that canvass this, I will say this neighborhood, the areas that I was sent to, they were all Tom friendly. They had known about him, so it was so many amount of calls, and so many people were like, I got it, I'm gonna vote for him, I'm gonna vote for him. So I didn't get too much, I didn't get, some areas you go to is real hostile, even the people that didn't agree with him, they were kind of nice. They were talking about why they didn't agree with him and whatnot like that. So it wasn't the community was very good. So we look forward to working with you guys, and you guys did a great job in the special. And I just want to acknowledge, it wasn't just Guy Brewer, it was also United for Progress, Democratic Club. They were out there with us. They did the postcards with us. They made calls with us, and Elmer Blackburn Club. So we are one Queens, one Southeast Queens as well. Frederick King Democratic Club, Alliance Democratic Club, Sojourner Truth Democratic Club. I can't think of everyone, but we all come together. So I just wanted to acknowledge that they were out there. We do also have from CD4. We have Joy Mitchell and Mr. Travis Nelson. They're going to talk about Congressional District 4 and how we can help out as well. And everybody, please hit that link, volunteer link. We need you. We need you. This is what we're here for. Talk to us. Welcome.
Good evening, everybody. Can everyone hear me?
We can hear you, sir.
Well, first and foremost, I have to thank Congressman Meeks, who has been an incredible advocate for us in CD4 and CD3, and making sure that boots are on the ground so as to make sure we are flipping these House seats to New York State Senator Leroy Comrie. We appreciate your leadership in the state Senate, and we know that we're going to need your support as well for our coordinated state down ballot state legislature races. I'm Travis Nelson. I am the Long Island political director for the New York State Democratic Party. And so in my role, I've worked as a senior staffer in the special election with Tom Suozzi's campaign. So we appreciate Kyle and all the work that's being done over there. And now closely with Laura Gillen's campaign in the 4th Congressional District. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll keep it rather brief because I know we've had a litany of remarks and speeches that were given tonight, and the excitement is high here. But the 4th Congressional District of New York is the most competitive House race in the United States of America. You have a congressional seat that Joe Biden won by 14 points that was flipped by 3 points in 2022. And that was a function of 100,000 Democrats not coming out to vote. And so we're grateful that this year we have spared no expense Thankful for the leadership of Governor Kathy Hochul, Senator Kirsten Gillibrand, and of course, Democratic leader Hakeem Jeffries, putting together this coordinated effort to make sure that we are winning all of these House races and making sure that we win the House back for the Democrats in 2024. That being said, for the last 2 weeks, our team has been making sure that we are putting these investments and creating a tangible result from them. And so we have knocked the most doors, the second most doors. We're going to make it the first most doors in the country for the last 2 weeks. And we're going to need your assistance over the next 90 so days to make sure that Kamala Harris becomes the 47th president of the United States, that Hakeem Jeffries becomes the Speaker of the House, that Congressman Swazi is reelected, and that Laura Gillen is the new freshman representative from the 4th Congressional District of New York. And so we have a lot of engaging upcoming opportunities. This Saturday, August 3rd, in Elmont, New York, we are going to have our third office opening. And so that's going to be our office on the western side of the district. We have an office in Elmont and Valley Stream. The office opening is going to be at the Elmont location. I'll be happy to put that information in the chat at 11 a.m. And so I can already tell by the energy of this group and the Guy R. Brewer Democratic Club and the history that you all have in influencing elections and having boots on the ground and making sure that no one is being lost to the couch or apathy, that we are going to make that a successful effort. Even more than that, we have a host of organizers, field organizers, as well as future office openings and canvassing opportunities that will be available to you over the next few months. This Saturday, I'm happy to report Congressman Meeks will be joining us as well. So would love for you all to have that local energy so as to supplant his presence and the leadership that he's bringing to make sure that we are successful in those races. But when it comes to the specifics of our organizing program, I will leave that to the incredible hands of my colleague, Majoy Mitchell, who is our organizing director in Southern Nassau and has been putting together this incredible program bit by bit and piece by piece.
Hi, I'm sorry. I feel like I'm like a floating dress. I don't know why my camera won't.
It could be the background. You could turn off the like when you hit the video and just choose virtual background, just remove the background. It might be your background is matching.
Preston, I heard some people talk about this is your thing. The virtual there we go. All right.
There you go.
Hi all. My name is Majoy Mitchell, better known as Joy. And so I just want to say after Congressman Meeks went, I was honestly just praying, fingers crossed, that we didn't have to go after him. I feel like it is so hard to top him anytime he speaks. And so I was just like, please don't call us. And so I think that my colleague Travis said everything. We are extremely proud to have knocked as many doors as we have. I seen that in the chat, someone said, let's get the 18 and over, let's count their votes and things of that sort. We have made it a point to hire young adults so that we are making sure that they are relatable. We are making sure that our politics are youthful, that when we go out, people know that we are involved. I'm fairly young myself. I won't tell you guys my age, but I will tell you that I'm fairly young. And I make it a point to talk to my peers like, hey, this is extremely important, right? Like this, we need this to be a wave. We need it to be a blue wave. We need it to hit every seat. We need to flip every seat. Like these are the things that we need to come across for our youth. And so I think that, it's just your help, right? We have, for those of you who live close in Queens and things of that sort, come out. If you can't come out, get on some phones. We have phone banks, we have canvassing going on, we have office openings. Any way that you would like to be involved, I will make it happen. As long as you tell me that you would like to be involved, I will make it happen some way, somehow. I will get you talking to folks. I will get you writing to folks. If you want to do texting, postcarding, anything, we will make it happen because it is a necessity that we get these people elected this upcoming November. And so I just wanted to make sure that you guys could see my face. I work for Laura Gillen. And now you have my name. I will put my information. Like, I am on this job 24/7. You can call me at 3 a.m. and I will answer. Like, I am dedicated to being, I spoke to Preston earlier. I'm dedicated to being a part of history. I need Kamala in office. I want to be able to be like, my president looks like me. Like, it is a dream. And so any way that we can get these people elected, let's do it. Thank you guys for having us.
Oh yeah, no, we all in this together, and like you said, it's all based on our leadership of our county leader, Congressman Gregory Meeks. We stand together. We one group, and we're just gonna try to move the Democratic machine forward and make sure 45 doesn't come out with any of those crazy ideas. Because Project 25, they're talking about, just for everybody to know, some of the things that they're talking about Project 2025, firing federal employees who donated to the Democratic Party. They're promoting conservatism and Trump, what they call Trumpism now, right? So we got to be careful. We don't need a dictator. We don't need someone who is going to fire everybody who doesn't agree with him, who's going to push out people. I heard one of his cabinet, somebody that was working on his staff, talk about how he used to talk randomly about executing people. Like, could he execute people? So the guy's not there. He thinks he's something he's not. This is a democracy. This is not a dictatorship. We don't want any of that, and we don't want nothing that he stands for. The people that's connected to him. Some of these people are really alt-right, all the way right, and you know, a lot of different types of groups that follow him, that, you know, he's given voice to and allowed them to do certain things. So we want to stop that. We want to go back to what we have here. And Kamala has, man, re-energized the party. This thing is feeling it. I feel the energy. Does everybody feel energized out there? Everybody feels energized. So we closing the poll. Let's see how many people. Let's share the results. Can everybody see the results of the poll? Where did Kamala Harris serve as district attorney? You had 41% said Los Angeles, 50% got it, 56% got it right in San Francisco. What year did Harris win her seat in the U.S. Senate? 27% said 2012, 19% said 2014, 33% 2016, 21% 2018. I don't know how you got 2018, but 2016 was the right answer. Which HBCU did VP Harris attend? And we have Morgan State, 1%, Spelman, 7%. Wow, everybody knew she went to Howard, almost 87%. And the last question was, where was VP Harris born? Los Angeles, San Francisco, Oakland, and many of you, 66% got the correct answer with Oakland. So this is good. This is good. This is good. We need to know our candidate. It's very important we know our candidate, and we got to make sure, you know, one thing before I leave, and I know Manny's gonna, you know, see some people in the chat. I don't know if he's able to see and just recognize some people, but I just want to say we have to protect Kamala as well, because we can't just allow them to make these false accusations and attack her. And we have to be combative. We have to know a little bit, learn a little bit more about her if you don't, because she did stand for a lot of things. And I have some videos that I'm going to be sharing on my Facebook and on social media and sharing it in text. But, you know, for them to attack on her intelligence, I just feel that that is a horrible way to attack. They did it with Eric Adams. They constantly do it to candidates that look like us. And I don't think that they should be attacking her on intelligence. This is a very intelligent woman. She knows what she's doing. She has a good record of describing everything that she's done. And I don't see anywhere where there's lack of intelligence on our side, maybe on the other side, but I don't see it on our side. So I just want to make sure that we always know that we're gonna have to hear a lot of that. They're gonna be, you know, that's his style of campaigning is to get dirty and throw shots and really degrade the person that he's on the other side with. So we got to make sure we protect that woman, and to acknowledge that she's also African American, and she's Asian. She's half and half. Her mother's from India, her father's from Jamaica. So she is the American story. When you think about what the American story is, that's an amazing thing just to hear that story. Her father's from Jamaica, mother's from India. She's raised here and she's running for president. That's the American story. That's the American dream. That's why people travel here from all over the world. And we're in Queens, so we know how many different dialects and languages are spoken in this borough. So she's part of history, and we want to make sure that we can make this. So I'm putting this link in one more time. Manny, you want to close us out? Anybody else have anything to say before we leave? You have the right, you have the floor. And I just want everybody, please hit this link right here. I just put it in there. Be a part of history. Sign up to volunteer. Sign up to volunteer because we're going to need you. It's all about what we can do and the effort that we're going to put in. Whether you can hit a door or you can make a phone call, you could give a text, you could drop a lawn sign, whatever you can do. Just sign up. It's all right there. We need your energy to continue all the way through for this next 100 days. There's 100 days left. It's going to go by very fast, and we're going to need your help every step of the way. So please help. Please share that link with a friend. Share with, that's like everybody said they could call 50 people. Text that to 50 people. Text that link to 50 people. Tell them sign up, be a part of history. This is history right here, and you're going to be a part of it. You're going to be telling your grandchildren that, your great-grandchildren that, your children that, and, and so on and so. So anybody else who would like to say anything? I know Manny, I don't know if you were able to see who was in the chat, and I wasn't able to go
No, I'm
through.
not able to see, Preston, but you made the closing statements there. I would just say again that remember 10 plus 10. You call 10 people that have them call 10 other people. But we're here to win this election. As I said before, ain't no stopping us now. We're on the move. We have to keep this momentum going. They say it's a sugar high, but it's not a sugar high. It's reality. We will prevail, but we need your help, and we'll be right here doing anything that we can do at the Guy Brewer Democratic Club. But I'd just like to thank each and every one for participating this Zoom meeting tonight, and there will be more to come. We'll keep you abreast. Thank you. God bless you, and have a nice evening. Thank you.
Night.
Night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night, all. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.
Night, everyone. Take care.
Good night. Good night. Please don't forget to sign up there before you head off. Before you log off, make sure you sign up.
Preston, I just wanted to say thank you again for having us.
Of course, thank you for joining us. We're gonna get you on this side of town soon.
I know. Listen, I'm not too far away. I just a skip and a hop away.
You are very close. Either way, you're very close. But we look forward to it. I want to see what congressional support looks like.
Listen, I do my thing, I'm ready. I perform better with an audience. I'm ready for the eyes to be on us.
And Tyler, I was thinking those postcards we probably could do. Are you going to do that again as well? Those was fun.
Yeah,
we had all the political clubs from all over. They was from Manhattan and they were from everywhere, from Long Island, Manhattan, everybody was sitting there right now. We had it was us United for Progress, almost Blackburn Club, and then we had some clubs from Manhattan. It was just amazing to see all these different clubs come together. This is what these elections do. They bring us all together.
Yep, they really do. No, it was a sight to see, and we were all so grateful for it. It was just such good energy. Yeah. It was great.
Yes, you're ready to go. I'm just staying on until everybody log off so I can make sure everybody signs, hits that link. And I'm just so grateful. I'm energized, man. Just like, what'd you think about the video? Did you guys see the video?
I loved it. I was in here cheesing. I'm like, look,
That Donald Trump, that Donald Trump video had me dying. That thing had me dying. He said, Will is medieval too.
Mm-hmm.
That's what y'all go for. Y'all can't be serious. But yeah, it's gonna be yeah. Hey, Jap Meat, how we doing? Sharon, Jaco, thank y'all all for joining. But I'm gonna log up. I'm gonna give you a call probably tomorrow.
Yes, I know that there's a lot of people like asking for my info and things of that sort.
Yeah.
Can you send it to them?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna send an email out when you send me the information of whatever you guys got going on. Like what he was saying about I think that's on Saturday you have a launch, right?
The Elmont office opening.
And Kyle, send me whatever you have, it'll go out in the email blast.
I have like 3 links.
Everybody has access to everything. You have my email still, right?
I should. If not,
I don't. So can you text it to me?
you just text it to me.
I'll text it to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Hi,
bro.
Kyle.
Hey, Joy. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Thank you.
Good. You did great. You was just so energizing.
Thank you. You had me feeling a little bit unprepared with your slide. I was like, oh my gosh.
Oh my god, no! This wasn't prepared. Like we had this prepared like in like April for like a different event, and I just pulled from there. I'm like, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have been able to make one today.
I love that.
It was good.
Well, I hope you guys have a great night. And I will talk to you both soon.
All right.
All right. Take care, everyone. All right. Thanks again, Preston. We'll be in touch.
Yes.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.